let's talk about my DVDs. I got a giant pile of just DVDs. There's some Blu-rays in here I'll show you in a sec, but most of these are DVDs, and I just want to go through these and show you what I'm getting rid of and just explain why I'm doing this and why I'm really just done collecting DVDs for the most part. Now, I will say, I'm not saying I'll never buy a DVD. I will. I buy DVDs like every month. There's always stuff that, won't get released. And I'll tell you what the main thing about DVDs, not movies. Let me tell you why. Because if there's only a way, I would say a good portion of movies are on Blu-ray. Now, are all of them? No. But if they're not, there a lot of times they're a movie that likely will get a Blu-ray at some point. There's a few cases. I have lots of movies that I only have on DVD because they're not available to stream anyway. I have a bunch of Touchstone movies back there like that. But a lot of things that I had on DVD are things that I can watch on streaming, but I just rather have the physical. And I'll show you why I've kind of changed my mind about some of these. And why I am just going to say goodbye. Let's just start with the ones that I'm just like, you know what? I just don't need. Let me start here. Where's the other one? Okay, here it is. These Fantastic Four DVD sets. These were shows that are fine. I'm not that into them. I just didn't need them. I made my videos about them, and so now I just never need them. They take up space on the shelf. These are nice box sets that actually look pretty good, but I just don't need them. So I'm letting those pass me by. Incredible Hulk TV movie. That one's out of print, but that version is in really bad shape. The seller I bought it from on eBay was not honest about it. Let me start with the individual DVDs, then we'll get into the major thing I'm getting rid of here, and just kind of explain what this video is, and then I'll show you some of the Blu-rays at the end here. The video time will probably be hyperbolic, be like, well, I'm done collecting DVDs. Here's the main thing I'm going to tell you. The main thing that you should collect on DVD is TV shows. The reason why I say that is because 90% of old TV shows, especially like sitcoms, I'll give you an example of what I'm watching right now, The Wayans Brothers. This is never getting a Blu-ray. I mean, maybe it will, right? Maybe one day we'll get lucky and someone will be like, okay, sure. But really, like, let me see, does it say how many episodes are in here? I don't know, but it's like a 4-season show. This costs a ton of money to remaster on Blu-ray. And some of these shows, and I don't know if this is one of them, were shot on VHS cameras. Do you really think even upgrading that to HD would do that much? And so a lot of TV shows are never get Blu-rays. Cartoons, like Gummy Bears, would this be great on Blu-ray? Sure. But that is probably not ever worth the money. And so basically what I'm trying to say here is there's a lot of stuff out there in the world that will never get Blu-rays. Majority of it being TV shows. Movies, on the other hand, are a lot more likely to get Blu-rays. Doesn't mean it always will. There's a lot of stuff that just will never get on Blu-ray, and you just need to accept that as a collector. And I've kind of been of the mentality of like, if it's DVD or nothing, I'll take it. But in these cases, these are just things that I don't need because they're so incomplete. So let's get into these. Like Goof Troop here, for example. Where's the other one? There's one of these. I thought there was another one in here. There is, but I'm not seeing it. Where did it go? Whatever, I'm not seeing it, but I know it's in here in this bag somewhere. But anyway, oh, no, I'm seeing it. It's right here. I'm blind as a bat. Okay. Like, let me pull out all these. Like these, for example. I have these Phineas and Ferb compilation stuff. I just liked having the Star Wars one. I thought it was cool. Or the Christmas one. But here's the reality. If I'm going to watch these, I tend to just binge watch the whole show on Disney Plus. It's not going anywhere, so I don't need DVDs like this. And yes, it is nice to own them, but they look better on Disney Plus. 90% of the time, I will say, like, a Blu-ray or 4K looks better on your disc than it does on streaming. And in cases like this, where it's literally just DVD, and this DVD was probably released over a decade ago now, probably okay with just the streaming. But, you know, things like that. Or I got, like, the Kim Possible movie. I don't need this. They're gonna do there's no Blu-ray option, but it's on Disney Plus if I need to make a video. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or like these Disney afternoon shows, for whatever reason, 90% of them, like Goof Troop here and Gummy Bears, they released a lot of season sets, but they didn't complete the sets. And it's like, okay, well at that point, I'd just rather pop them up on Disney Plus, be able to watch the whole series, things like that. And I know it's a lot of people, you might say it's blasphemy, it may not be there forever. But, like, am I going to miss it too much? I don't know. So, like, I do think if that happens, oh well, but I'm okay with that. Now let's get into it. But there's a big one I'm about to get into in a sec that I'm getting rid of that some of you might be surprised about. But, Scooby-Doo holiday compilation. A lot of people buy stuff for slipcovers. I don't usually do that, but I love Scooby-Doo, and I thought this slipcover was really, really cool. But do I need stuff like this taking up my shelf space? No. Free Willy movie set. I will never watch these. I bought these to make a video about that I never end up making, and I never will. These two have Blu-rays. I just haven't tracked them down, so I'm going to throw that in there. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. They did a remake of this, and I rewatched it for that video, and I'll probably never rewatch this again. You know, just stuff like that. God, my hair is messy. But the main thing I'll be honest, I'm getting rid of is these Simpsons DVD sets. Because I'll be honest, so, like, I'll show you for example. I collected up to season 10 here, but here's season 6. Here's season 1. See the problem here? Now, I know eventually so many people complained about that Fox started putting out, like, ways for you to get them in the box. But here's the reality. It's not worth it to me to deal with these. These take up a lot of shelf space. They also are not fun to watch, these DVD sets, because number one, they're really, really old. Like, this is probably, like, from, like, 2000. I don't remember when these came out, but these are really, really old DVD sets. They don't look good, and I'm getting rid of all of them. The only thing I will miss is the audio commentaries. But however, I guarantee you I can find all those audio commentaries online to listen to somewhere. And I would rather watch them in Disney Plus HD streaming than own them physically, especially since that's not even the whole series and they're taking up so much space. And I will show you in a minute all the shelf space I saved, which isn't a lot, but it's enough that I'm okay with it. Now let's get into some of the Blu-rays. I want to get rid of. Here we go. Visible Man. I reviewed this because the Wolfman movie was directed by the same guy last year. It was last January. Didn't care for that movie, so I didn't really care for this one too much. So, or no, I think I didn't even make the video. I think I bought it to make the video and watch the movie. Never actually did that. So there's that. The Phantasm movies. I actually reviewed all these on my second channel last year. These were cool movies, but like they're all stacked in here. This isn't the best edition, and I'm kind of waiting for somebody to put the first two out in 4K because those are the only ones I really need to have. The Hangover movies. I don't like The Hangover, honestly. I'm going to be honest. And I'm sure that one day The Hangover is such a popular movie that they will do a 4K version, and I might get that. But I definitely don't need the sequels. I don't watch these movies that often. If I need to find them on streaming, I'm sure they're there. I don't really think I ever care to revisit these. The only reason I would revisit these is if they do a remake. which I'm sure will happen. God, that sounds bad. But do I need it? No. So I'm getting rid of that. Ice Age Christmas. I did a video. Shot a video about the Ice Age Easter special, and it made me just go, yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to have this on Blu-ray. I will probably watch that on Disney Plus and do the video that way. And then these Camp Rock ones, I bought these on Blu-ray. Never seen these. I'm doing a third one. I think it comes out this year. But for whatever reason, I bought these to do a video. And I'm like, why? They're on Disney Plus. They're doing a third one. They're going to be on Disney Plus. So I just got this stack of stuff. I am just working to be more picky this year about what I put in my collection. That's why I'm doing these movies that need to go. I'm definitely not going to do one of these. I think I've made too many of these recently. But I just want to do this one to just kind of show you what's here. Hey, this needs to go. I'm getting rid of all this stuff. Because it is kind of getting out of hand. Like, I saved a ton of shelf space. And now I realize, man, all the movies I really love, they're the ones I still have. Everything else was just holding me down. So, my Simpsons DVDs, they were over here. Now, the only one I kept is season 3. But I put it down here in this junk tub, along with this West Side Story box set, because they were just taking up too much space on the shelf. Because that one has the Michael Jackson episode. The rest of them I just don't need. Anyways, this was how much space the Simpsons DVD sets, if not more, because they were actually going all the way down here, pushing all my DVDs and box sets. You see all this shelf space right here? To about here, all these titles were all on this shelf. That is how much shelf space. I literally made a whole new shelf full of space. Complete new space. And then that allowed me to move some of the stuff over here, and fill up empty out a lot of the clutter in the closet, and move everything over here. So now, the way it's stacking up there, it can do on like 4 more shelves here, and then eventually I can move it over here. But which isn't ideal. Like, I don't actually like that my movies stack like this, but I'm also not against it because, it doesn't actually look bad. I can see the movies. I can pull them out. Like, if I want to watch Legend, here it is. I'll pull it out. I know where everything is. It's just annoying because you're like, that isn't the most nice way to have a movie collection. But at the end of the day, there's not much I can do about it. This room is tiny, and I've been making space all around here. So let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.